Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron. Welcome back to the channel. Well, we did it. We've officially reached the double digit milestone in the canceled series. We've reached part 10. 10. And it took a lot longer than I expected it to, but it's finally happened. Mainly because a whole lot of stuff went down on Friday. Whole lot. It's kind of overwhelming. I haven't seen this much change in the schedule since, April, I think? So, yeah, I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll start in order. So, we're going to be talking about Disney a little bit, but it's nothing significant. The main thing is that the one and only Ivan, it was supposed to be in theaters August 21st, but now, just like Artemis Fowl, they're dumping it on Disney Plus. But it'll still have the same date, except now it'll just go to Disney Plus. Now, I don't know much about the one and only Ivan. I haven't seen a single trailer, poster, clip, picture, anything based off that movie. So I'm assuming now that it's coming out on Disney Plus relatively soon, we'll get something. So I don't have much of an opinion on it, but I can't imagine it would have done that well anyway. Because for Disney, the real money is in Marvel, live action remakes, animated and their animated movie division, and Star Wars. That's where the real money is. Everything else is just gravy to them. It's just add-ons. And from what I've heard from Artemis Fowl, I've heard some horrific things about it, like some truly awful things. Like it's even worse than Percy Jackson, and that movie was just destroyed by fans. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise that the one and only Ivan is skipping theaters, but I don't know if it's bad. Nobody knows because nobody's seen a single image of the movie, so I don't know. So yeah. Blah 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 blah. There's a Peter Jackson documentary. Now moving a whole year. Personal history of David Copperfield. No. Trying to go through this. Yeah, that's about it. Moving on. As soon as this loads, because this is taking a really long time. Okay. Big news. The biggest news of them all. Well, there's two big stories, but this is one of them. Tenet. Of all the movies in 2020, this was one of the most important ones. Because when this whole quarantine pandemic started, pretty much every movie from March, April, May, June, most of July, all moved out. They all left the calendar. But Tenet was the lone survivor. It was the one that just simply wouldn't budge. But now it's happened. It got delayed. It's joined the club. But thankfully, it's not an extensive delay. It's not like a huge 6-month delay or anything like that. No, it's only 2 weeks. As it says here, Tenet moves to July 31st. It was supposed to come out July 17th. And in Tenet's place, Warner Brothers is going to be re-releasing Inception, which, funny enough, it's the 10th anniversary of that movie. And if I remember, I think Inception came out July 16th. So that's almost 10 years to the day. So that was actually really smart of them to do that. But yeah, Tenet, I remember just so many people were talking about this movie. People are asking, will this movie save movie theaters? Will this do well? Yeah, just so much discussion about it. And, mainly because it was supposed to be the savior. There's a lot riding on it, saving movie theaters. But also because it's Christopher Nolan. Like the dude, he saved Batman. He made him more popular than ever with the Dark Knight trilogy, and he also made Inception. Interstellar isn't as popular, but I really like it, and Dunkirk. And this was another one of those similar to Inception, like a mind-bending thriller. And I was really looking forward to it. Like Tenet, in terms of anticipation, that was top 10 easy. Actually, maybe top 5 because I love Christopher Nolan's movies. So it's kind of a shame it had to be pushed back 2 weeks, but I'm still hoping to see it because I highly doubt they're going to dump this on a streaming service because I know that would really, like, this is the type of movie you would need to see in a theater, and Christopher Nolan knows this. That's why, and Warner Brothers knows this. That's why in the second trailer of Tenet, even though they don't put a release date because they probably knew something would happen, it wouldn't stick to that July 17th release date. They did put coming to theaters or in theaters soon, something like that. So yeah, they're not going to dump this on HBO Max. They would never do that. That would be that would piss a lot of people off, I would imagine. So yeah, Tenet. It's just, yeah. I'm still hoping to see it because I'm really looking forward to it. I think it could be one of the top movies of the year, at least in terms of blockbusters. It'll be one of the top movies of the year. Okay, Unhinged. I don't know much about this movie at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't. It was supposed to come out July 1st, but now it's coming out July 10th. Now, well, I know it stars Russell Crowe, but apparently one of the things that apparently AMC theaters, the biggest theater chain in America, they're supposed to reopen in July. That's what I've heard. And this was the movie that was supposed to start it. But it's not going to start directly July 1st. It'll be July 10th. So yeah, it's not, again, not a huge delay, but it's still a delay nonetheless. So yeah, and I had a feeling like if Tenet moved, then it would cause a domino effect, similar to how like No Time to Die moved. That caused a huge domino effect. Like No Time to Die moving caused Quiet Place 2 to move. It caused Mulan to move. It caused Fast Furious 9 to move. Like it's a huge, huge domino effect, and that's what happened. All right, the second big story. Some say even bigger than Tenet. Wonder Woman 1984. This poor movie has been delayed one too many times because this movie was supposed to come out last November, then it got pushed to June, then to August, and now it's not even going to make a summer release date. It's come out in October. October 1st, October 2nd to be specific. Which feels really strange. Like I know October now has looked like a really good month for superhero movies. Venom, Joker, both making huge money. So it kind of makes sense there. But Wonder Woman 1984 doesn't feel like a fall movie. It feels like a summer blockbuster. It feels off to me. And I know Venom 2 was supposed to come out October 2nd. That got pushed back to next summer. So I guess Wonder Woman saw a golden opportunity to take that release date. So, yeah, and, oh, that's a good thing, like, Deadline mentioned this. What about Mulan? Mulan has stayed on that July 24th release date. Will that change? I don't know. Like, Disney hasn't said anything. And considering how much they spent on Mulan, I don't think they're going to dump that on Disney Plus because they spent close to like, I don't know, 200, 300 million on that. Like that's a lot of money. You don't want all that going to waste. Because I highly doubt Mulan going to Disney Plus is going to bring in a whole bunch of subscribers. So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Mulan, but Wonder Woman 1984, yeah, it's now coming out October 2nd, which is really weird. Oh, I've saw some pictures that they were like displaying like the new release date for Wonder Woman. Apparently they screwed up because on like the theater thing, I think there might be a picture, maybe if I can move this. Oh yeah, it doesn't show it here, but apparently they screwed up. Instead of putting October 2nd, they put Thanksgiving, and so they had to fix it. They had to Photoshop it. So yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. But and besides, like Thanksgiving, that would be kind of weird too, because you're going up against Bond and Soul. Like I think that's a bit much. Plus Black Widow, can't forget that. I think that would have been a little too much. So maybe October 2nd was for the best, and when you really think about it, but still a weird release date to me. But we're not done with Warner Brothers yet. Nope, we're not done. There's a couple more to talk about. I gotta wait for this to load. Okay, more. Uh, it just keeps going. It keeps going. Matrix 4 and Godzilla vs Kong are next. It just won't stop. Yep, that's accurate. So Matrix 4. It was supposed to come out next summer, May 21st, 2021. Which, funny enough, that was the original release date for John Wick Chapter 4. So we could have had two Keanu Reeves action movies go head to head on the same day, and it would have been amazing. It would have been glorious. But no, we were robbed of that thanks to this coronavirus, and it pisses me off. Though I doubt it would have happened anyway, but it would have been amazing. So instead of May, it's now going to come out April 1st, 2022, which, funny enough, that's when I think the first Matrix wasn't even a summer movie. It came out like in, what, April, March, something like that. Like, one of the first Matrix sequels, Reloaded, came out in summer, and then Revolutions came out in November. So the Matrix has a weird release date history. It's never consistent. So yeah, like the Matrix 4, you're probably like, well, that's so far away. Why would they want to push it back? Well, because the movie was filming, it was in production, but then the pandemic happened, and so all production had to stop. But apparently, it might restart next month, so that's good. But still, like, production was paused for months. That's gonna cause a lot of problems with a whole bunch of movies. I mean, when it comes to these delays, like if your movie is already filmed and you're just editing it, it shouldn't have any problem. That's the reason why the Suicide Squad hasn't been moved, because it was already filmed, and now they're just editing it, so that makes the job a lot easier. But the Matrix hasn't finished filming. Neither has the Batman. That's why they both had to be delayed. So, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. And all right, next up, Godzilla vs Kong. It was supposed to come out November 20th this year. Supposed to come at, which would have been a very weird release date, because Godzilla you think would be summer movie, but nope, it's coming out in the Thanksgiving holiday, but not anymore. It now has the Matrix 4 original release date, so now it's going to come out May 21st, 2021, which seems more appropriate. So it's going up against Spiral, which is very interesting. Um, uh, just the idea of Godzilla and Kong versus Spiral. That's kind of bizarre. But apparently, the weird thing is that Godzilla vs Kong, that thing's been filmed. Like realistically, it would have still made that November 20th release date. Like they didn't have to move it. Like it wasn't 100% necessary. But I guess they were like, well, if we're gonna move Tenet, And Wonder Woman 1984. Might as well move Godzilla vs. Kong 2. And the thing is, Godzilla vs. Kong, that movie, like, I don't even know how to. I don't think that movie has a lot going against it. I mean, Godzilla King of the Monsters did really poor for a sequel. It did the worst out of the MonsterVerse movies, and it wasn't received all that great by the general public. So that's a problem. And with this delay, I don't think it's gonna make. I don't think it's gonna help anything. I think it might just make things worse. So I don't know. Just, what else? Robert Zemeckis, The Witches. It was supposed to come out October 9th. It's now off the calendar. It's now supposed to come out sometime in 2021. They don't have a date. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. Oh, all right. This is the next one. Tom and Jerry. Yeah, they were gonna make a Tom and Jerry movie, live action, which sounds horrible, but thankfully, they're not gonna be CGI. Apparently, it's gonna be like 2D. Like, trying to think. What was it? I should remember it. It's from Robert Zemeckis. Who Framed Roger Rabbit esque 2D, which was like would have been the which I am 100% okay with that style. Even though I think the movie still might be crap, at least it'll look good, hopefully. But yeah, it was supposed to come out December 23rd, so it was supposed to be a holiday movie, and now it's coming out March 5th. I think that's a good move because December is a nightmare when it comes to movies, especially this year. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculously packed. There's too much. You have Free Guy, you have Top Gun Maverick, you got The Croods 2, you got Coming to America 2, you got Dune, some other movies. That's too much. That's too much in a short amount of time. That's like that is that's a train wreck waiting to happen. So it's a good move that Tom and Jerry got out of there. So, untitled horror movie, nothing more important. So that's it for that. But we're not done yet. Still a couple more things to go through, I think. Gerard Butler action pick Greenland. I don't think that's very important. Tom Hanks bio is not important. Bill and Ted Face the Music. Okay, this is important because this just had a trailer, a poster, and but the thing is, it's actually moved up. It wasn't delayed. It moved up a week because Wonder Woman 1984 got out of that August 14th spot. So now, Bill and Ted, this is your time to shine. You now have pretty much the whole month of August at this point. Which, funny enough, that was what August looked like before all this crap went down. It looked like Bill and Ted was the only thing that was of interest, this August. But then Wonder Woman moved to August, and everyone's like, oh, August is looking interesting. But now Wonder Woman's off. They're like, well, Bill and Ted, this is all we got now. So, yeah, I don't, I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore because with theaters supposed to be opening like up in July, at least AMC is. I don't know about Regal. I don't think they've said anything. If they did, I haven't heard it from them. But the question is, will people show up? Because there's a good chance a decent amount of people are going to be afraid to go to the movie theaters because the movie theaters are normally very crowded. And you're not supposed to be in crowded places right now. That's what the CDC guidelines say. You're not supposed to be in crowded places, and a movie theater is usually crowded. So, like, will anybody show up? I mean, I mean, there have been times where I've seen movies where I go to a movie theater and I go to a movie and I'm like one of the only few people there. Like that's happened before. I saw Cats and there was like what, 3, 4 people in there, and that includes me. But the thing is, you can't make money off of a few people. You can't. It's impossible. You need thousands of people going to the movies. Pretty much, well, primarily Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe Wednesday or holidays. Like movie theaters require a lot of people to show up and buy concessions and stuff. And without that, you're gonna struggle badly. So I guess the question is, will people show up to see these movies? I might, because it's been way too long since I've seen a movie. The only movie I saw this entire year was Sonic the Hedgehog. And that movie was freaking crowded. And, you know, I mean, Sonic's a good movie. I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I supported it. But I really don't want Sonic to be the only movie. I would love at least 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple more. But if it's just Sonic, then that's fine with me. Because Sonic's a good movie, and I'm glad it's getting a sequel. So, yeah. That's it for today with all this news. Oh, God. Who would have thought 2020 would be such a disaster? Who would have guessed it? Not me. Like, it pretty much screwed up my whole video plans for months. Like, this torpedoed a good month's worth of videos. But at least I was able to make the canceled series, so that's been fun. Talking about all these delays and just watching just the movie industry implode before my eyes. So that's been fun. So I don't know when the next canceled episode will be. I guess I'll just have to wait and see. I can't. I mean, if something bad happens at one of these theaters that's reopening, then we might see more delays. Maybe the rest of 2020 will just get pushed back to 2021. Who knows at this point? It's just all so chaotic and insane. So yeah, what do you think about all these delays? What are your thoughts on Tenet being pushed back 2 weeks? What are your thoughts on Wonder Woman getting pushed back to October? What do you think about Matrix 4, Godzilla vs. Kong? All this. What do you think? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. So yeah, make sure to subscribe if you have. Subscribe today if you haven't. Like the video, comment, share, turn on notifications, the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this? I have a canceled series playlist on the homepage with all the previous canceled episodes, parts 1 through 9. You want to just check out just the saga of all these delays. Go right ahead, because it's just crazy to think that all these movies, like the whole summer season, just got wiped out because of this virus. It's really crazy to think about. So yeah, if you want to check all those videos out, go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay away from large groups of people. The whole drill there. And yeah, I am out. Bye.